A few days ago, I visited, we had a family meeting in one of our friends' place. And when we were sitting, drinking some Turkish tea, the guests were there, we were there, the kids were there, my husband was there, and also I was there, sitting comfortably, drinking my tea. And everybody was super excited and engaging, and they were so much asking questions like how do you like life here in Turkey, and I was super excited to answer, to talk with them and engage with them. And all of a sudden there was a lady who was sitting next to me. Then he started talking things that seemed to be out of the topic, but it was a nice topic because we're gonna be talking about it today. So while we were sitting there was this lady who was there, who was sitting, and she just stood up and asked me a question. Like she asked me, "Hey, can you tell me why?" She speaks in Turkish, of course I understand Turkish. She touched my hair. I had a very simple style. I don't know if I can make it like, it was just a very simple but very neat style with my natural fossy hair. And she was there. She asked me, she touched my hair, and like she was like, can you tell me why are you not covering yourself? We had ladies, I think we had two ladies who didn't wear scarves, and the other ladies were older, and also my mother-in-law was there, our auntie and other ladies who were not too much old. My sister-in-law was there. They had scarves on their head. And then she asked me, why are you not wearing a head scarf like us? The lady that had a scarf. And she added, she said, you don't feel bad not wearing the scarf? And I just smiled at her, looked at her, and I was like, what she's talking about, And by the way, if you don't know, scarves, maybe something like this, all of these are from my mother-in-law. She's the one who gave me. We have this one. I have a lot of them down there, but I just want to show you the most common ones in Turkey. Of course, different kinds of scarves. Turkish love, they are like especially the ones who are into Muslim religion, they normally wear scarf, cover their heads, So I think because also the lady who was asking me, most of the time she stays in the village side, not in the city side. So like this one, my mother-in-law gave me. She's the one who is giving me all the time. I want to show you. It's so much big. She gave me, and by the way, I'm ironing, so I'm keeping an eye. So she was like, why are you not covering your head like us? And the two ladies who were there, who are not covering their head, they are still young, I think in their 30s or their 40s, but they are Muslim, of course, but they are not covering their heads. And they looked at her, and they answered her, and they answered her and told her that why do you want her to cover her hair? Her hair is looking so beautiful. And the lady felt offended, like not offended but challenged. And then she added like, oh, but she's married to a Muslim man. We are like in our family is a Muslim, she should be covering herself. And then these two ladies were like, they were my spokes. I was just smiling and looking at her and telling her I was telling her I like the scarf, but I'm not wearing most of the time. So what she meant was like I should be covering my head. I don't know if I can cover it. Let me put this hair this side like this. And she was even offering to teach me how to cover my head. And in my entire stay, in my entire life here in Turkey, I don't cover most of the time my hair, unless if I've washed my hair. And I of course I love the scarves. I'm not saying that I don't love, but when I'm going outside, maybe to do some things, I don't cover my head, unless if it is somewhere by maybe my mother-in-law or my husband tells me we are going somewhere that is religious, like in a mosque. I'll carry something like this or another scarf I have. So it's not like I normally cover. So she was telling me to cover. She taught me the normal way. This is the way like I normally see my sister-in-law. My sister-in-law all the time covers her head, and she's not old. She's in fact in 30s. We are in different like 4 years. She's older than me by 4 years, but she still covers her head. I understand why, because her hair turned to be gray, all of it, and she doesn't like it. So she normally covers, and also she's a Muslim, deeply into Muslim, you know. So I saw something like they are covering in a style like the same way Kenyans do, but not the same way. They have a very simple way of covering, and she threw like this. I'm just telling you what she did. She was teaching me. You know, for me, I'll just do like this and do like this, you know, and do like this and bring it here. Okay, and that is it. And I'm covering my head, especially when I'm cleaning, or maybe I don't want dust to go on my head, or maybe when I'm in the village, maybe stuff like that. But normally I don't cover my head. So she was like, and she made it look so much beautiful, by the way. Like I admired the way she was telling me. And am I really I want you guys to tell me in the comment section, am I really disobeying the Turkish culture, Turkish people, by not wearing a headscarf? Tell me in the comment section, what do you think? Being a person, being a foreigner, of course here, most women, most of them, especially the older ones, you will find, and also especially in the conservative areas or maybe in the villages, you will find them wearing scarves. But in the cities like Izmir, Istanbul, Ankara, most women, especially most young women, they do not wear scarves, even if they are Muslims. Most women, they do not. Okay, and it is okay. Okay, nobody is questioning them. Nobody is feeling like they are doing something bad. Nobody is judging them. So this conversation led us to talk more with these two ladies and ask them, why are you not wearing the scarf when you are Muslims? And these ladies told me that when the former president took place, like not took place, when he was still alive, my little kids are making some noise. Mustafa, don't make noise. Okay. So she told me, like, they was explaining to me when the former president was was still alive, he actually abolished all these Ottoman rules and stuff, like you should cover, women should not have certain things and should be covering themselves, you know, all the time. And he gave women more powers to do and to wear what they should be wearing. And from that day, or more, maybe from those days, the women here have the chance to wear the way they want. Nobody's forcing them to cover themselves. And for them, being a Muslim doesn't mean that you should be covering yourself all the time, but just wearing decently, respecting people, and also doing the right thing. That's what matters a lot. These women told me like that. And then they even told me that they love African hair with the braids, and they wanted me to do the braids. And also they were suggesting, don't cover the little girl, don't cover like the same way we are covering. And I was like, wow, this is what I want. These kind of stories, I love them. So the other women who was telling me I should be covering myself, she told me she doesn't feel like I'm a bad person by not covering myself, but she only want me to actually be a Muslim. She was like, oh, Habla, I want you to be a Muslim. Like, I want you to, by the way, they understand English, so we could mix English and Turkish. And she was like, I want you to learn being a Muslim so that, you know, you are in a Muslim family. And the two two ladies were there to defend me, and they were like, no, she doesn't need that. Of course, you know, when you are in a gathering, men will sit the other side, and most of the time, most in their cultures, and women will have little conversation the other side. So my mother-in-law was there, and she was like smiling, and asked her, Annette, do you want me to cover myself, or do you don't want me to cover myself? And she looked at me, smiled, and she told me, do as you are used to doing. I'm not forcing you, but I will really love you to be to join me to be a Muslim. And I told her, Mom, you know, I cannot be a Muslim because this is not the religion that I grew up in, but inshallah. I just say inshallah, you know. And she felt my mother-in-law has no problem if I wear or not wear. So this is the discussion I wanted to bring to you guys. Do you think that I'm really offending the Turkish culture by not wearing a scarf? For me, I don't think I'm offending them. I don't think, because I respect my mother-in-law, my father-in-law, my elders. I respect my husband. I respect everybody here. And also I respect their culture. In fact, I'm embracing their culture by drinking with the Turkish black tea. You see, sometimes in our country where I came from, it's not common for us to drink the black tea. I'm adding in lemon. My mother-in-law taught me this. It's good for your health to add in some lemon. So whenever we go, we drink, and then she will ask for lemon, we could add. She squeezes for me, and I squeezes for her, you know. So tell me in the comment section, do you think that wearing, if like in my situation, like I'm a Christian married in a Muslim family, do you think that I should be covering my head all the time? And do you think that I'm offending the Turkish culture by not actually wearing the the scarf thing? Because for me, the scarf is just part of dressing. And also my 4C hair, I love my 4C hair, and it's not like I cannot do the braids nowadays. I just change my mind, transition from synthetic to really natural, and that's why I'm focusing on being just natural me. And sometimes when I go outside, like I said, I'll just wear a small, simple, decent style, without too much of stuff. Some of the women who are Muslim, which I really love, covering yourself is good. Some of them, they normally do something like this, and then do something like this, or maybe pin it. I don't know how they pin it. I think in Muslim they call it hijab or something. I'm not so sure, but they have this. They have a very nice way to wear the scarf in different ways. Okay, and you will see them wearing very nicely scarves and stuff like that. Maybe I should change. Maybe I should tell me in the comment section, what do you think? How will I look with a scarf on all the time? Even though I know I won't manage, especially during the summer. And also, if I tie my head all the time, I normally have headaches. That's why I don't like. Okay, but I think it is a good culture. Okay, it's a good culture, especially for, yeah, I think I'm gonna look nice. I think I'll give it a try, or maybe I think I'm gonna think about it. I'm not promising anything, but it's nice. So, do you guys normally also close your ears? Because I don't want to close my ears actually. How will I know? How will I hear things outside? But I think it is nice actually. Yeah.